Hello, good evening everyone and welcome back. So from today onwards for next 5 days, we are going to cover SQL. So for today, we have a new trainer with us, Miss Renu ma'am. So ma'am, warm welcome and hand over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Okay. Yeah. So we will be starting a new module, that is SQL module. The very first thing I would like to ask anyone here who have a basic knowledge about SQL, like ever heard about it, SQL? Okay. Okay. My question was, anyone here who knew something about SQL, ever heard about it? Okay, some people know what SQL. Okay, right. So see, basically, we will be talking about SQL. What is SQL and all? Let us start from the beginning and reach up to SQL. I hope everyone can see my screen. Okay. This is just a kind of a notepad, guys. Okay. Notepad where I will be typing on something. So let us talk about, basically we are here to learn SQL, but SQL should be implemented in any one type of database. Okay. So here we are going to implement SQL in a database called MySQL. Okay. Now, MySQL is a kind of a database. Anyone here who doesn't know about this word database? Feel free to answer, guys. Anyone here who is hearing it for the first time here? I hope we all have heard this, right? Not so technical. I'm not asking about what is database. We are just saying, I hope everyone had heard about this word. Okay. Database is normally used to store data. Store data, right? Now, can anybody tell me what is data? Any example of data? I got a word, information. Okay, information. I'm getting information. Collection of information. Okay, so can I say database will always give us an information? Will you all agree with this? Database gives us a complete information, right? Okay, database will give us an information of with respect to any data. We'll start from the basic, guys. Okay, we'll not talk about big, huge, any type of database, data or what. Okay, let's talk with simply. Okay, as a starter, I will consider everyone very new to this. Okay, so we'll start from the basic. Now tell me, guys. Okay, Renu, is this giving you any information? Yes or no? Okay, somebody saying yes, somebody saying no. Okay, basically, guys, Renu is giving no information to us. Renu is giving no information to us. A word will never give you information. But with this word, if you add in some few more words, for example, Now, is this giving any information to all of you? Right? This is a particular information. And I hope in database, you will have collection of data, right? Collection, which will indirectly give you a certain information. In MySQL database, okay, the information is stored in what format? Can anybody tell me how the data is stored in MySQL database? Yes, in form of tables. Tables, okay. The definition of tables is nothing but the combination of rows and columns. I hope you all agree with this. Combination of rows and columns. Yes, guys? Right. Okay. So now, to save data, to store information inside this database, that is MySQL server, we use SQL, or we also call it as SQL. Anyone here who would like to tell me the full form of SQL? Good. Full form of SQL is structured query language. Structured query language. Very good, guys. Now, the full form is structured query language. So we are going to learn a new language, which will be interesting. Can anybody tell me another word for query? Anyone here who know a meaning of query? Yes, question. Good. The meaning of query is question, guys. Okay. Somebody will give us a requirement or will ask if this is possible. So we have to write a query for that. That is structured query language. SQL commands. Okay. There is a collection of commands which is categorized. We have to learn it one by one. We will see that, guys. Okay. Now, can please observe the name of the database. Half of the portion you can see is referencing the SQL. Okay, because in MySQL, the SQL commands are implemented. Okay, and MySQL is a type of database which is widely used. That type is nothing but RDBMS. RDBMS. Anyone here who knows the full form? What do you mean by RDBMS? Yes, very true. That is Relational Database Management System. Okay, this is the full form, Relational Database Management System. This MySQL is a type of RDBMS. Okay, there is one more type, one more version I can say, that is DBMS. Okay, what's the full form? Anyone would like to answer? Good. It's Database Management System. Okay, there are two types, guys. Okay, this is the older type. This is the new type. Can you see only one word difference is there between these two full form? One is relation. Here we don't have any relational. First thing we have to observe that what is the actual meaning of database management system. This is important here. Okay. Database management system is that software which manages the working of your database. That's database management system. Whenever you do some kind of operation against the database, this is the one responsible for implementing it correctly. One thing. Okay. Second thing, okay, it got advanced to this type. Relational. Sorry, guys. The word is relational database management system. I hope you all know the English meaning of relation. Yes or no, guys? Please answer. Okay. Yes. Relation. Okay. There is a link between two tables. That is relation. In relational database management system, whenever we will be creating a table or collection of table, there will be a link between these two tables. That's for sure. We'll see it practically, guys. Okay. The way of dumping the data, it should be logically stored so that the duplication of data is reduced to minimum. This is the main implementation of RDBMS. You are not supposed to dump all the data in one table. We have to break it logically and keep it separately so that the performance is increased. That is the implementation of RDBMS. And we are learning the latest one, RDBMS. Now, I will ask you one small question, guys. To save a data, do we always have to use a database software? What do you guys say? To save a data, do we always have to use a database software? Okay, few of you are saying no. So can you tell me any application which will help us to save the data in tabular format? Is there any application? Oracle is a database. Okay, it's a database software. Very good. Excel. Excel is that application in which the data is stored in a tabular format, table, rows and columns. Good. But I think it has a certain limit. Yes or no, guys? Okay, it has a limit. The maximum number of rows that can be stored is limited. And can I say that when we talk about Excel, okay, in Excel, we create multiple sheets, we create multiple files. So can I say Excel is a kind of a file cabinet system? Will you agree with this answer, guys? Imagine a cabinet in which you are arranging the file. Yes or no? Okay, yes. So I think here also the efforts will be more. We have to go and find. I know that we have formulas, guys. Now we are talking about advanced Excels and all, but still it will take some time. But when we talk about an application, database application, then the retrieval of data is somewhat easier. The implementation is easier. Okay. The fetching of data is faster as compared to this traditional implementation. That's why when the data grows, when the data is very huge, then we go for database applications. Okay. Can I say nowadays, everything is using database. Will you all agree with me? The applications which you guys are using, it also uses database, right? Okay. So database is something very, very important. Okay. To work onto the database, we need SQL commands, the power on SQL commands. We'll see SQL commands one by one. Okay. Now, before proceeding, guys, okay, let's talk about table. I just mentioned one liner definition of table. It composes of rows and columns. Now tell me, guys, if I want to create a table of employees, what columns should I consider? If I want to create a table of employees, what columns? Okay, name. Good. ID name. Okay, first name. Good. So ID, let me take employee ID. Okay. Name. Okay. Very good. Let me take salary, guys. As we are creating a table of employees, I will definitely have a salary column. And where this particular employee is working, I would like to mention the department. Department info. Okay. Now tell me, guys, whether this is okay to all of you. One, Alan. Sorry. Alan. He's earning a salary value of 3,000. He's working in department ID called 10. Is this okay? Is this data okay to all of you? Now, Is this data okay to all of you? Okay, fine, fine. There's a problem. Okay, this, I think we all are focusing on this ID. And this is the problem which we are seeing. Okay, very true. See, guys, here the data is not complete because there is an ambiguity, that is the confusion. Are we talking about the same Alan? Are we talking about a different Alan? Yes or no, guys? Do you agree with this confusion? Right? Okay. So see, there is a rule which we are imposing here. Right? There is a rule which we are imposing here. Every employee should have an ID. Every employee should have an ID. Do you guys agree with this rule? Right? Every employee should have an ID. Is it okay to write like this? What do you guys say? Right. Okay. See, unnecessary, I duplicated the data. Okay. So this is not allowed. The employee ID should be distinct, unique, different for all the people who are working in this particular company. We all will imply this rule on our database, that's for sure, whenever we are creating this particular table. These are the small things, okay, which we focus on. And I hope you all will agree with this, especially those people who are very new to the SQL. I hope you also agree this normal rule which I implemented here. Every time when we create a table, we have that particular column which has something unique identification for those people. Do you all agree with this? Very correct. Okay. So these are the generic rules, guys. Okay. It is followed because the data correctness is everything what we need. The data should be saved correctly by your database, and your database does the same with the help of relational database management system. Okay. Wrong type of data will never be saved. Second thing, every time you will definitely be seeing complete data. Okay. You will never be left confused because of this rule. Is this clear to all of you? Anyone here who would like to ask anything with respect to whatever we discussed? Any question? Shall I proceed, guys? Yeah. Okay. One question was, what is the difference between this and this? MySQL and SQL. Okay, let us discuss that, guys, first. Okay. Now, see, when we talk about database now, database is nothing but an application. Okay, normally it's an application which is used to store data. But in market, there are different types of databases available, okay, which does the same task of storing. One is Oracle. I hope most of you know Oracle, at least heard of it. Oracle. Okay. MySQL. MySQL is also a database. The second thing is MS SQL Server. Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. This is third type. And there are many more. If I ask you, you people can tell me, yes, multiple databases name which you know. Okay, there is a complete list. Okay, so to save data, we need this application. But inside this application, how to store the data, how to do some manipulation. To do the manipulation, the language which is used is SQL. Okay. For example, guys, if you work in any application, you have to write in that format which that application knows. Okay. I hope everyone here has a simple knowledge of how to use Excel. Yes or no, guys? Everyone here knows what is Excel and you know how to save data in Excel. You just have to open an Excel, write it, save it. But how to save data in this particular database? You have to write commands. So SQL is nothing but those command which is implemented inside MySQL database application. Is this clear to all of you? When we will be doing it practically, guys, you will get to know more. Clear to all? Okay, let's focus on SQL, guys. Okay, this is more important. SQL, we will be using MySQL database application to run the SQL commands. And let's see the most important concept that is implemented as a base for creating a good database for us. Okay, any further doubts to anyone? Shall I proceed, guys? Okay, fine. So first thing, guys, okay, to work on a MySQL, you need to have software installed in it, right? To work on SQL, you guys have to have software installed. So I have created a file in which all the steps are recorded so that you can install and do practice. Okay, this is the file. All the steps are recorded here. Okay, so if you want, you can contact the support. They will share this file. Okay. Okay. Now, this is okay, guys. Just go through this statement. You will get what are the steps to be proceed. Now, let us talk about the commands and how to connect to the tool. Okay. Now, this is a simple introduction to MySQL. I hope everyone can see the screen, PPT. Everyone here can see my PPT? Okay, great. So, what is MySQL? MySQL, the most popular open source SQL database management system, is developed, distributed, and supported by Oracle Corporation. Very important word. Okay, so it's basically a product of Oracle. Now, MySQL is named after co-founder Monty Vanden's daughter, Mai. That's the name, guys, MySQL. MySQL, the most popular open source SQL database management system. What is the meaning of open source, guys? You can download it and start working on it. No licensing kind of funda, no expiry date and all. Okay. It is there, you can work on unless and until you remove it. Okay. That's the meaning of the word open source. MySQL database uses SQL commands to get and change data. This is the thing to be focused on. Okay, so let us move on to the practical, guys, so that you get an idea, glimpse what is SQL and what actually we do. Okay, ready, guys? Shall I proceed? Now, how to connect to MySQL? Okay, how to connect to MySQL? We will be using one application, guys, called Workbench. Application called Workbench. The name is MySQL Workbench. After installation, guys, you will get two products in which you can work. First is the MySQL Workbench. MySQL Workbench. Okay. Coming back here, how to connect to your MySQL Workbench. Basically, like other software, a shortcut is not created. You have to search from here. You will see this application here, MySQL Workbench. Click onto it. Okay. This is the welcome page. I hope everyone can see it. Yes or no, guys? Thank you. Now see, this is the welcome page and you can see a connection created here. This connection, you will see the username written root. And this is the local instance where the connection is made. Okay, let me click it. Then this dialog box will be appearing asking for password. So at the time of installation, guys, whatever password you gave, please mention it here. There is an option that you can save it. But please don't do that saving. Why? Because next time when you will be logging, this dialog box will not be appearing and you will be directly connecting to your database. Okay, don't do that so that you remember the password every time when you connect. I'm clicking OK. Oops, sorry guys. Caps lock was on. Passwords are case sensitive. Yep. So this is the application, the workbench connecting through which we will be executing code against a MySQL server. This is the work. Okay. Now we have some more options here. Lot of options here. Okay. Let's focus on those options which are widely used. Okay. Now, please see this here, guys. There are two tabs, administration tab and schema tab. Administration tab, you can perform any administrative DBA task. Okay, we are not here to learn DBA task and all. We are just here to learn SQL. Now, if you observe here, guys, these are the available schemas. Schemas, what is the definition of schemas? Schemas are nothing but the logical collections of tables. The logical collections of table. Second word, these are also called as databases. These are also called as databases. Now, guys, please give some answers, okay? Whatever you think. You have a list of databases here. Which database I am currently connected to? Can anybody guess the answer? Which database I am currently connected to? Anyone here would like to guess it? Okay, good. Now, one thing, please note this, okay? I am not connected to any database. We are not connected to any database, okay? Now, one person is telling me we have to create. We have to create, yes, if you want our database. For example, these are the available databases that are there. I don't want to use any of these inbuilt. I want to create my own database so that, guys, we can create our own data separately in the user created database. So let us start from the beginning. Okay, let us first define our own database, and in that database, let us create some tables here. Okay, so whenever I start talking about commands, guys, okay, so the very first thing is we want to create a database. So there will be a command implementing to do so. Okay. Now we are talking about some SQL commands. And I told you guys, SQL commands have categories associated with it. The first type of SQL category is nothing but DDL. Anyone here who knows the full form of DDL? DDL. Good. Data definition language. Data definition language. This is the full form of DDL, the very first and very important category. Please focus on the word definition. Okay, we will be defining something against our database. The meaning of definition is we are going to define something. Okay, we will talk one category at a time, guys. Okay, now we will be defining a structure. I hope, guys, we will be creating our own database. This is somewhat an add-on to this list. So we are changing the structure of the database by adding one more. So see, guys, here this is the area where we will be writing our code. This, okay? Click your cursor here. See guys, I want to create a database. I want to create a database. So the command will be create database HR. Create database HR. So we will be creating a database. Now, how to execute this command? Okay. Please note that my cursor is blinking at the very end of the statement. Okay. So to execute this command, I have to click this thunder with an I. Please observe what is written below it. Execute the statement under the keyboard cursor. See, my cursor is here. Now, please observe something changed in the screen. The action output. Can you see an entry is created in the action output? Yes or no, guys? I hope everybody can observe this. What is the meaning of this action output? The meaning is that whatever you tried to execute was successfully implemented. The database has now been successfully created. Clear to all of you? Now, can we see the list HR here? I just created, guys. Okay, it got implemented. Can we see this here? HR, entry for HR. No. Okay. So see guys, one thing to note here is that we are using an application and this was implemented in MySQL. So just give it a refresh. See here there is up and down arrow. Click it. You will see your entry here. Okay. We successfully created a database here. How many tables are there in this database? Any guesses, anyone? Can anyone guess the number of tables in this database? There are, see, I just created in front of you guys. We just created it freshly. So 0 tables are created. There is no table there in the database. It is just an empty table. Very good, guys. Okay. Now, I want to create some tables in this particular database. Can anybody guess which database I'm currently connected to now? Any guess? Right. Yes. The answer is, guys, I'm not connected to HR database because the action was to only create a database called HR. This doesn't mean I just got connected to HR. To connect to an database in MySQL, the command is use. Use the database name. Use the database name. Okay. I hope everyone can see a cross here. This means that something is problematic here. But I am 100% sure nothing is wrong with my statement. It is the same command. But what's the problem here? Okay. I would like to execute this wrong one. See, I'm executing it. Can you see, guys, in my action output? Can you see the create database HR and use HR both got executed together? This means that this is acting as one complete statement. I hope everybody is getting this. This whole thing is acting as one complete statement. Yes. See, my statement got ended here. My statement got completed here. So remember, guys, whenever you complete a statement, put a semicolon so that we can start fresh from a new line, the next command. Please note that semicolon is not there to execute the command. Semicolon is there to differentiate between multiple commands. Is this clear to all of you? I hope you all can see the commands here, guys. Okay. Now let me connect now. Okay. The short key we can use rather than going here every time, guys. You can use a short key from the keyboard, that is Control Enter. Control Enter. Please see that my statement got executed. One observation here. Please see that here HR has been bolded and the node has been expanded. This means that we are currently connected to HR. Is this clear to all of you? Yes or no? Okay. Now, okay, great. We just created a database. We just access the database. That's it. Please remember, guys, whenever you first connect to your workbench next time, please execute this so that we get connected to the required database. Now, I want to create a table in this particular database. Can anybody guess the command, the DDL command for creating a table? Control and enter, guys. Control, enter. Okay. The command to create a table. See, I'm just telling something. I want to create a table. So the command will have create. Okay. The command which we are talking about is nothing but create command. So the very first command which we are talking is create. With the help of create command, we just created a database, guys. Now I will be creating a table here. So let us go and create a table. SQL commands are not case sensitive, guys. Even if you write it in capital or small, means the same. Create table. The name of the table here I will be mentioning. I want to create a table of employees. This is one thing. Okay. Now, every table will have a column, right? So I'm opening the parenthesis here and I'm giving the first column name as employee ID. Employee ID. Now, guys, every column will have a type of data to be associated. Can anyone here give me what type of data this column will be holding? Yes, okay. This column, according to us, it will be holding numerical, number type of data. Number. Okay. I want this column to hold number type of data. So whenever you are defining a table, guys, you have to define a column name. Followed by that, you have to specify the data type of the column. Data type. What type of data this column will be holding? We are discussing about number. So in MySQL, the data type which reflect to number is nothing but integer. Int. Okay. This is one column definition. Now I will be starting the second column definition. So I have to put a comma here and then start on mentioning the second column definition. That is name. Name will also have a type of a data. Can anybody tell me what type it will have? Right. Okay. I'm getting two data types. That is char and varchar. These are the two types. Okay. Char is somewhat familiar to us. Char. I hope everybody knows your character. So let me use this. Okay. Point to be noted, guys. We are not discussing about data type. Let me create one table. Then we all will be discussing about data type. What is the difference between this data type and this data type? I hope you all agree with this. Okay. For this example, I'm taking char as a data type. Char. Okay. Now, one thing to note here, guys. Okay. Whenever you define a char type of data, make sure within round parentheses, you are mentioning the width of this particular column. Width. I mean to say is that this particular column will have all those names whose name are made up of 12 characters or less than 12. Is this clear to all of you? This column will be holding the names of those employees whose name contains 12, okay, 12 or less than 12 characters. This is the width. Clear to all of you? One thing you can observe that I didn't mention any size for integer. We can do the same for integer, na? I didn't mention it. Width, or you can say the size. For int, don't give it, guys. Okay, it's not mandatory to assign a width for this integer type. Leave it optional. Okay, we'll discuss about data type later on, guys. Okay, let me use one more type, that is date of joining. Date of joining. Okay, so it will be comprising of a date type of value, guys. Date. So the data type is date. I have completed my table definition. In my table, for the sake of example, I took only 3 columns here. I'm putting a semicolon here so that to indicate that I have completed my creation of the table. Let me execute, guys. Please check whether this table gets successfully created or not. Control Enter. Control Enter. Please see that my table got created successfully with 3 columns in it. Yeah, I hope some of you are observing that this name is written in blue, rest of the things are black. Okay, this is a reserved keyword, this is a reserved keyword, this. Similarly, name is also a reserved keyword in SQL. It is used for any other purposes. Okay, so no need to worry, it still works, guys. I hope this command is clear to all of you. Yes or no, guys? Okay, great. Good. Now I created an empty table, guys. Okay, to see what are the tables which we have created in this database, you have to just write a small command, show tables. Show tables, Control Enter. Please see that our table is now created in this database. Tables in HR is a very proper column heading to view the tables that are there in the database. This is how we create a table in the database. You can create n numbers of tables. There is no restriction that you can create only these numbers of table. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, good. So I have 3 columns defined in this particular table. And these are the basic data types which I took, guys. Okay, we'll discuss data types later on. Let's do some practical thing. Okay, we are now my focus is on DDL. How many rows this table has? Any guesses, guys? Does this table has any rows created in it? Very true. This is an empty table which we have just created here. Now, what if I forgot to mention a column? Okay, while creating a table, guys, I forgot to mention a column called salary. So should I drop this table and recreate it? What do you guys say? Okay, see, I created a table. I just forgot to add a column. This doesn't mean I will be dropping this table because there is a possibility, guys, that this table might have data. Do you agree with this answer? There might be a possibility that the table which I want to add a column to might have a data. So dropping the table is a very bad idea. We can just add a column in this particular table, right? We can just add it. So how to do adding in already defined structure? So the command which we'll be using is alter command. Alter. Alter is used to add. Okay. First we will use alter and add a column. So we'll go back to this workbench and we'll write a command like alter table employees add. Okay. Add salary, the data type of salary. For the sake of example, I'm using integer. Okay, so we are trying to add a column salary to the employees table. Let me execute this. Control Enter. Please see this, guys. My statement got successfully implemented. But I would like to verify the structural changes. Whatever I did, I just want to verify it. So my next action is to see the structure of the table. So to see the structure of the table, guys, we use describe. describe employees, semicolon, describe table name, control enter. Please try to find out the salary column is there or not. Is the salary column there, guys? Alter. Alter means editing. Okay. See, guys, we are learning SQL commands. Already the commands are created for us. We just have to know this command is implemented for this purpose. So alter means changing the structure and adding a column. Okay. Please observe the output which we are getting. It is result grid and this is action output. Action output has a role to just tell whether the statement got successfully executed or not. Okay. The result grid is to show the output of specific command. For example, describe employees. So you're getting an output in which field means the available column. The type means the data type, which I mentioned at the time of creation. Null means whether you can keep any value empty. That's null. Okay. Key means if there are any rules available implemented here. Okay, we'll talk about this later on, guys. No need to focus here. Let's focus in this particular basic structure. Okay, field, type, and null. Is this clear to all of you? Now, with the help of alter, I added a column. With the help of alter, guys, you can add more than one column. Alter table, employees, add. For example, I'm adding address. Okay, for the sake of simplicity, I'm using care, guys. Okay, care 22. Okay, and I'm adding another, that is phone number of integer type. Please see there is a cross symbol here. This means that the command has some problem. I have to solve it. So I'm using parenthesis here. Okay, whatever collection of column I want to add, I'm just putting it into parenthesis. Please see that the statement is now syntactically correct. This is one method of adding multiple columns here. You have one more syntactical implementation in MySQL. Instead of using this parenthesis, guys, you can also mention the add keyword in front of the column. Please see this. This has been gone. So this is also a correct statement to implement. It's your choice whether you want to use this or this. It's up to you. I prefer this one, guys, in which I mention add in front of all the column. Okay. So let me execute this. Control, enter. Please see this. My alter adding both the columns and I would like to verify it by describing. Please see this. We successfully added 2 columns. This is alter. You can add multiple columns if you want, guys, with this simple alter statement. Clear to everyone? I hope everybody is comfortable till here. We just altered it. Now, okay, this was all about adding and changing the structure. What if, okay, just for a sake of example, guys, okay, what if I want to change the data type of already created column? I want to change the data type. To change the characteristic of a column, that is the data type, the size, we use modify, alter, modify here. To change the attributes, property of the table. So let me write a command here, alter table employees, modify. Now let us change a data type. For example, I want to change the data type of name from care to the first thing we have discussed, that is where care. Where care, inside this, let me write 22. Now I'm using this type. So technically I'm changing the data type to another family, that is where care, semicolon. Okay, control enter. Please see this. Let me verify. Did it got changed, guys? I hope everyone can observe here that changes have been implemented on the column. I changed successfully the data type. Okay. Second thing is you can modify more than one column by using one alter statement. Same. Alter table employees modify. Okay. I have address. I have phone number. Let me change address. I just want to increase the width of the character. It is written 22. I want to change it to more than 32. That is character. Okay, character 33. So I'm changing the width. Second thing is, okay, I would like to change the data type of phone number. Phone number. For the sake of example, guys, I would like to declare it as char. For the sake of example, okay, we are just checking modify. That's why I change it differently. Now, please see a cross here. So as discussed above, guys, whenever you want to do any implementation in more than one column, the first thing is putting it in parenthesis or just specifying it in modify. See, the error has been gone. Control Enter. Successful implementation and describe. Please check it. Yes, semicolon. Is this clear to all of you, the modify part? Good. Okay, guys. Okay. So we modified. Now tell me, guys, okay. I think all my actions are onto the structure, right? Whatever we are doing here, the impact is on the structure of the table. Will you agree with this? Okay, so my impact, whatever I'm doing, is on the definition of the column. That's why DDL. Okay, DDL. We are talking about the definition. We are changing the definition. We are creating. That's DDL. Okay, second thing, guys. Okay, we have modified. We have added. What if I want to rename the column? Name. Okay, what if I want to rename the column? Again, guys, the impact, the effect or the changes are to be implemented on the column. So alter is the command which we can use to change it. Alter table, the table name. Okay, change the name. So the English term is rename. Rename column. For the sake of example, guys, I would like to rename the employee ID. Okay, so old column name to a new column name. So let me give simple idea. This is how you rename. Alter table employee, rename column, old column name to new column name. Please observe that a new keyword has been added. Okay, every time we simply wrote add, modify. Here you have to mention rename column. That's a part of a syntax. Let me execute this. Control Enter. Please see this. Employee ID has successfully converted to ID. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, good. Very good. Now, similarly, guys, you can rename multiple column, but you have to follow this rule. Okay, if your intention is to rename multiple column, again the same statement, alter table employees rename column. Okay, name to. I'm just writing ename. E stands for employee. So I'm writing ename, putting a comma here. Again, the keyword is to be followed. Rename column, for example, date of joining to hire date. Date of joining to hire date, put a semicolon. See, guys, everything is good. This blue circle means that there is no syntactical mistake in your code. Whenever there is a red cross, guys, just check your syntax. There might be something, some keyword wrongly spelled or something we are missing in the code. So let me execute this. Control Enter. Please see this. Now verify. I'm verifying. Please see that date of joining has been converted to hire date and name to ename. Is this clear to all of you? Good. Okay. Now, this was all about what we can alter in a particular column. This is the column portion, guys. Okay. There is one more command which impacts the column, that is drop. With the help of this drop, we will be dropping the column. So how to write it? Alter table employees drop. Okay, drop. For example, let us start with employee ID. Okay, for example, employee ID, putting a comma here. Okay, syntactically everything is okay. Control Enter. Oops, I'm so sorry, guys. I just renamed it. I used the old column name. It has been renamed, so ID. Now tell me one thing, guys. Did we lose the data as well? What do you guys think? With the action, did we lose the data? Take it in real-time scenario. In real-time scenario, do you think this kind of action, with this kind of action, we may lose data? May. We may, right? Yes, the answer is may, guys, because drop is very dangerous. You're trying to drop the column. If that column have any data, that data will be removed from the database. I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, clear to everyone? See, one person asked me, whenever I'm describing it, these are the columns, okay? Here it is acting as a row. I got your point, okay? But see, I'm trying to gain an information from the database. This is kind of an information scene. I want to see the structure. So see, that's why you're getting in a row kind of format. See, this is a field. That's why the naming of the list is like this. I hope you got it. Total column will be deleted. Okay, our intention is dropping the column. That's my intention. But indirectly, what I'm doing, I am also removing the data as well. Please remember this, everyone. So this is dangerous DDL. Once dropped, guys, there is no way you're getting it back unless and until you have a backup. Okay, there is no easy way. Now, this is one column drop. Similarly, we can also drop multiple columns via using one alter statement. Okay, so let me do that as well. Alter table employees drop. Ename, this is one column. Sorry, drop the second column. Let me choose salary. Control Enter. Please see this. Verification, describe. Removed. Permanently, completely removed. Is this clear to all of you? Yes or no? Okay, great. Now, these are the DDLs which we are performing, and this is the dangerous part. Please note that this, whatever we used in alter, was implemented on the portion of the table, that is to say, the column. Okay, that's alter. Now, there is one more command, that is rename. What if I want to rename the whole table structure? So this is the command. Let us go back to the workbench. I will be renaming a command. See, tables in HR is employees. And then what I'm writing, rename employees, rename table employees to EMP info. This is the new name which I want to give to this old table name. Control Enter. Please see this. Let me first check it. It got renamed successfully. So this is the command which is used to rename the existing tables. Is this clear? Till here, guys. One person asked me, can we rename the database as well? Not implemented from this latest version. They don't allow us. That's the problem. Okay. Now, the last, very dangerous one, that is drop tabling. The table name is the new table name, employee info. Control Enter. With the help of this command, we all will be removing the whole table. Okay, the table is gone permanently from your MySQL. So did we lose again data, guys? Did we? Yeah, Ravi Kiran, please wait. Let me complete this. I will connect to you. Okay. Yes, guys. Drop means dropping the table from the database. So did we lose any data? Yes. Yes, every data associated with this table has been completely removed. Is this clear to all of you? Yes, full table deleted. So these are all the DDLs, data definition language. One question, guys, okay? Whatever I did, whatever I implemented, all the actions were on the definition now. I removed the definition, I renamed the definition. Yes or no, guys? What do you say? Okay, so this is one short trick which you can understand what are the commands inside DDL. Okay, there is one more command, guys. Okay, I will not mention it here. Okay, we'll talk about that command later on. Okay, we will compare this particular command with other command which we will be learning in future sessions. Yes, delete is also a command, guys. Please wait. Okay, first thing, before moving ahead, I would like to ask if anyone here would like to have any questions on this particular DDL. Please ask one by one, please. But yeah, we'll talk about that command, Ranjit, later on. I told you I am not talking about that command in this session. Anyone here would like to ask anything with respect to DDL, please ask. Yeah, if you want to drop specific value you're talking about, right? Value I haven't discussed. We are just changing the structure. So we'll talk about data later on, how to remove the data command. Okay. Yes, Ravi Kiran, you're trying to impose a rule. Okay, we haven't mentioned anything. As a beginner, we are just focusing on the table. I will tell you that how to do that. Okay. No. Okay, see guys, one question is asked me, what if after implementing a certain command, what if I delete this? This is one question which is asked here. Okay, tell me guys, I hope you all have worked on Notepad. Yes or no? Everyone worked on Notepad here? Most people definitely might have. Okay, so see guys, in Notepad, let me open one Notepad here. Okay, I hope everyone can see my Notepad here. I'm writing something here. Okay, I'm writing something, Renu, SQL, and so on. Okay, now how to remove it? How to remove this word? Any guesses, anyone? How to remove it? Simply either by doing backspace from the keyboard, right? Backspace from the keyboard, or we have Control Z, undo. This is one thing. Okay, so simply guys, this is a file in which we are typing on something or we are removing. Same thing guys, if you observe, this is a file. Okay, this is a file in which I'm typing, and the implementation is done by Control Enter. So nothing will happen if you remove it. It is simply a file guys. Okay, if you want that the deleted whatever you wrote should be back, so we can do it with Control Z. I'm doing Control Z guys from my keyboard. Simple as it is. I hope you got your answer. By mistake, if you drop the table now, you cannot get it back simply. Okay, if you have a backup, then definitely you can get it back. Backup. Now we are involving the database administrator. It's a recovery, backup recovery concept. No, if you rename something, guys, you cannot do Control Z and get it back. No, rename. If, for example, I have renamed this one. If you rename employees to EMP info, now you want to revert this back, you have to again implement a rename command. It's not so simple. Yes, you can drop a database very easily. I would not like to do it here, but still, yeah, drop schema, drop it. Or either you can write it here, drop database HR. The database will be dropped successfully. Clear to everyone? Any further questions, guys? Anyone here? Good question. Yeah, I'm getting one question here. Salary is of floating type. I got it. Okay. So you can define it as a floating type in MySQL. One thing again, I'm repeating here, guys. We'll talk about the data types completely, deeply in the future sessions. Okay, don't worry. I hope you are comfortable with these basic data types which I'm using. Okay, we'll talk about data type. Schemas. Schemas. Okay, it's a generic term, guys. Okay, schemas are nothing but the logical collections of tables which you are creating. It's a logical. Okay, you cannot go back and see table. It's logical. Whenever you're executing a command like show tables describe, something is being shown via this application. That is the definition of schemas. Schemas are nothing but the logical collections of table. I hope this is clear to all of you. Apekshit, you will get your answer in future session of data type. Okay. Oh, yeah, good question. How many maximum column a table can have? First thing, guys, I would like to ask you one question. How many minimum column a table should have? Anyone here can answer this? A table should have minimum how much? How many columns? Sorry. Yes. See, minimum on one table is okay. Minimum a table should have one column. Maximum in MySQL, the number of columns is 4,000. Okay. 4,000. These are the number of columns that you can create in a table in MySQL. Okay. But I don't think so we will reach here because we are talking about an RDBMS type of database application. Is this clear to all of you? The minimum is 1, the maximum is this, guys. Okay, so this was all about DDL. Let us talk about another category. Okay, please remember, guys, I just dropped the table. I don't have any table in my database. So to learn other category, I have to create the data table once more because I don't have it now. So now we will be talking about creation of data in a table. So what I will do, guys, I will just copy this, okay, and paste it here. And put a semicolon here, control enter. I just created it again. I did nothing else, guys. Okay, this is an empty table. Okay, now can anybody tell me the command which is used to create rows? Okay, now we are trying to create a data inside a table. So the command which is used to do that is, yes, good, insert. Okay, the category of that command is DML. DML stands for data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. Inside this DML, guys, I have 3 commands. That is insert command, update command, and delete command. Insert, update, and delete. Okay. Now let us go and use one by one, each and every command. I have my table back here. Let us go and insert. Now, insert into the table name. Insert into table name values. The first is an integer type. I would like to give it as 1. The second is a character type. This is the data which I want to give. But guys, please remember that this is a character type of data. So make sure you're enclosing it in single quotes or double inverted quotes. Single or double inverted quotes. Okay. Now, this is one column value. This is another column value. Make sure you're differentiating them by a comma between them. Now, the third column is date of joining. Okay. So guys, now we are talking about date type of data. MySQL default date format is first the year specification, then the number of month, and then the number of day with respect to the month. Make sure date also is being enclosed within single quotes. This is the default format in which we have to mention the date. Is this clear to all of you? Now let me execute and create some row. Control enter. See, my insert was successfully implemented here. So we created a row. Okay. Now how to see this? Okay. How to see this if it has successfully implemented or not? So see guys, we are talking about one more command here, which we haven't discussed, but there is a need to use it. For the sake of this session, please consider this. We are using this statement to display the content. We are using this statement to display this content. We'll talk about this deeply. Okay, select. Is this clear to all of you? Select is used to display the content. Okay, great. Now, I created only one row by this. And please note the sequence how I'm providing the value. It is exactly matching the table sequence. Okay. What if I want to mention only for specific columns? What if I want to mention values for specific columns and the sequences according to me? Okay. First, let us talk about different sequence. So insert into employees values, and inside the values, first thing I'm mentioning a name. This is my first data. Then I'm mentioning the date value, higher date value, for example, 1009. And then I'm mentioning the ID here, putting a semicolon, closing the parenthesis, putting a semicolon here. Please note that the sequence is not according to the default sequence of the table. So you guys have to do one more step. After the table name, open a parenthesis, okay? And please do mention the sequence, how you're mentioning, to which column you want Suraj to be inserted. So here, it's a value for name column, putting a comma. The second one is date of joining column. And the last is employee ID. You have to do this if you change the sequence. Let me execute this, Control Enter. Please see this. We have successfully inserted 2 rows. Now, the second thing which I discussed, guys, what if I want to insert value only for specific column? So the one way is to do is that insert into employees, okay, specific, again, values, this time 3, and the second value which I will be providing is, Alan. I want to provide only values for ID as well as only the name. Whenever you're doing these kind of action, again, guys, you have to mention here to which column you are implementing the value for ID and name. Let me execute this. Control Enter. Please see this. The third column has been kept empty. Nothing is inserted in this value. So this is one way how you can insert value for specific column. Okay. Is this clear to all of you? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. You will give an, see, basically, if you don't specify the sequence now, there is a probability that the data will be wrongly inserted. And basically, in this scenario, what will happen? Suraj is a character type and ID is a integer type. Your insert statement will give you an error. This is how we inserted multiple rows. No, Ravi Kiran, I didn't mention that. Okay, so there is nothing by default here. We have to mention it if you want that implementation to happen. Okay. Is this clear to all of you, the insert statement? Yes or no? Okay. So with the help of insert statement, guys, you can create how many records you want one by one. You can create that. Now, let us talk about another thing. Okay. That is nothing but update statement. You can see there are 3 rows created for us. Okay. Now I want to change something here, a particular value, a particular column value. Then changing means updating the value. Okay. By default, values are null. If you don't provide anything, it will be keeping it as null value. Okay. Now, here, let me update and change the value. Update, okay, the table name, set name is equal to Ben. Where, okay, where is a condition, okay, in where I will be giving a condition where employee ID is equal to 2. So can anyone here tell me whose name will be changed to Ben? Yes, good. See, the person whose employee ID is 2, his name will be changing to Ben. His name will be updating to Ben. Control enter. Please see this. Let me check. So we have successfully updated or changed the name of Suraj to Ben. This is what update works. Is this clear to all of you? Okay. So see, where is a condition? On the basis of condition, you can change it. For example, I want to change the value for more than one column. Okay. So let me write one statement. Update table employees. Okay. Set name equal to, okay, Alex, putting a comma here, date of joining. See, I'm using one update statement to set value for two columns. Date of joining is equal to 2019-02-08. This is where, okay, employee ID is equal to 3. So this is Alan, okay. Employee ID is Alan. So Alan's name is being changed to Alex and he will be now having a date of joining like this date. Okay. Control enter. Please see this. This is the impact of update. Update can change the value, existing value in a table, guys. If you want to do it for multiple row, you have to implement a condition in where, for example, guys, okay, for example, if I wrote greater than 1, how many rows will be affected by this condition? Can anybody tell me? How many rows will be affected? Yes, okay. So all the things are based on the condition, okay. The exact condition you want, okay, you have to write equal to. If you define any other condition other than equal to, according to that condition, the data will be changing. Good. Okay. Now, update. Update is used to change the value. Is this clear to all of you? Whatever action I'm taking, guys, the action is on the data. Okay, we are changing the data. We are creating the new data. Is this clear to all of you? Yes or no? Are you talking about specific values here? Right. Okay. We are back here. Okay. You're trying to tell me that why don't we mention, see, according to what you're mentioning is like this. Yes or no? Okay. See, double inverted quotes. You're writing it in double inverted quotes. So rather, you can use this. Okay. But instead of doing this, you can use this now. This is the perfect and readable format. This is the perfect because it makes your data readable for specific values. Null will be inserted in the position of email. Okay. Yeah. Coming back to update, guys. Okay. I hope you guys have questions on how to create multiple condition. This is for sure. Okay. But to learn more about where, okay, the more how to create multiple condition, how to give specific values here, we'll discuss this. Okay, guys. Yes, you can put double inverted quotes in data as well. No problem. In MySQL, it is accepted. Okay. I hope everybody got the concept which we have discussed here. Okay. Now, see guys, I will be performing one command which is very dangerous. Okay. That is delete. Delete will delete the rows that are there in the table. Okay. Delete from employees where employee ID is equal to 1. So can anyone tell me how many rows will be deleted? Yes, very true. One row will be deleted. Control, enter. Checking it, guys. Okay. So delete can be used to delete one row. Okay. Yes. What if I write delete from employees where employee ID, okay, is greater than 1. How many rows will be deleted? 2. Because there are 2 existing rows. I got the point. Okay. Now, guys, okay, this with the help of delete, I can delete one specific row. With the help of delete, I can delete multiple row at a time on the basis of condition. This is for sure. Okay. Now, what will happen if I write a statement like this? Delete from employees. What will happen if I don't mention any condition here? So how many rows will be deleted here? That's a question, right? So guys, whenever you delete without using, without using any condition, by default, all the rows of the table will be removed completely. Okay. With the help of delete, all the rows will be removed from the table. Very true. Is this clear to all of you? Delete can be used to delete a specific row. Delete can be used to delete multiple row on the basis of the condition. If you don't mention any condition, all the rows will be deleted. Control enter. Clear to everyone? Yes. You can use the delete statement to delete that particular row. But you have to implement a condition now. If you give a proper condition, it will be implemented. We will talk about that command later on, okay? Because that is something we have to know and understand where. So we have to learn this where clause. I will tell you in this future sessions. I hope this is okay to you. Yes, we can delete number of rows in between employee ID 1 to 5. Okay, how we will discuss. You want to perform this together. Together in the sense within one update statement or as it is. Because to implement it together, I can select this and click this thunder icon. It will be implemented one after the another. No, no, because condition will be one. Na? Okay. How could you define multiple condition as of now? So you can't do that with one single update. Is this clear to all of you? Any question with respect to DDL and DML, guys? currently, guys, please remember that I cannot get the deleted row back. Any further question with respect to DDL and DML? SQL is command, guys, okay? SQL is command. Everything you have to implement via command. Nothing is automatic here, okay? You can go and experiment whatever we have learned here, okay? Yes, money rollback can be used, but currently it cannot, okay? Because MySQL works in auto commit mode, guys, okay? I don't want to discuss it here. I hope everybody is clear with these statements. Yes or no? How to display data in the sense, do you want to see the data or the structure of the table? What's your question? Swapnil, do you want to view data? This one. I have technically removed it. That's why the empty table has been seen here. Okay. So this is the command with the help of which you can see the content. Clear, Swapnil? Anyone here would like to ask anything? Yes, Ravi Kiran. Okay, you are trying to impose a rule on that. Okay. So basically, we haven't discussed on rule here. We just try to create a table. We just try to insert with the help of DMLs. What you are talking is implementation of constant. We'll look into it in the future session. Yes, you can drop multiple table, but don't do that. It's very dangerous. Geeta, do you want me to repeat this 9th statement? This is rename command. Okay. We are renaming the column of the command, changing the old name to the new name. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, guys. Now, I would like you assign something, okay? See, I have a table like this, okay? Can I use alter to drop all the columns of the table? With one alter statement, can I drop all the columns of the table? What do you guys say? Describe command is used to view the structure because structure is important. Okay, so that at the time of insert, at the time of update, we can check that what is the structure of the table. You will get to know this in future sessions. What is the importance? Now I am repeating my question, guys. With one alter statement, can I drop all the columns of that particular table? What's your guess, guys? Okay, you guys have, okay, alter, okay, alter dropping all the column. Tell me, guys, if this alter, if the with the help of alter we can drop the column, do you think this drop table makes any sense here? What do you say? If we can use alter to drop all the column, I don't think so this drop will have sense. Okay, so please remember that with alter statement, you cannot drop all the columns. We cannot, okay? With alter, you cannot drop all the columns. I hope this is clear to all of you. No, Dhanishri, it will not delete the data. No. Delete the data is for delete. Okay, this is the action which we perform for deleting a data. Clear to all? Any further questions anyone would like to ask me? Okay, great, great. I hope everybody is comfortable with the session. Okay, I have cleared your doubts, guys. If anyone remaining here, please feel free to ask me. Yes, Sachin, you can upload data directly from the Excel. Yes, see, in the 12th statement now, you're dropping multiple column, multiple, but this is selected columns. You're not dropping all the column. If you have any doubt now, please try this statement. You will definitely get an error. You cannot drop all the column. As I told you, I have a doc created for you guys to download and install MySQL. Okay, you can get it from support. You can contact support to have it. Clear? Any
Yes,
further
so
questions?
teams, we will upload that in LMS. Okay, you need to check LMS.
Yep. Show command is used to show the available tables. Can you see show tables? And my intention is to view the tables that are there in this particular database. But describe means to describe the structure of the table. Describe table name. Okay. Getting a question like what is the difference between alter and modify? See, modify is a part of alter. Alter is a command. With the help of alter, you are modifying the attribute of the column. This is the difference. What is the difference between drop and delete? Please see the action, why we are using this command. Drop is used to drop the structure. Drop is a DDL. This is second thing. Delete is a DML. Delete is used to remove the data, guys. Okay. This is the difference. I hope you got it. Yes, Ravi Kiran. Yes, difference between drop and delete. Drop is used to drop the structure of the table. Delete is used to delete the rows. Nothing will happen to the structure of the table. Drop is a DDL. Delete is a DML, guys. This is the major difference, guys, between drop and delete. Shravani, you're telling the same thing as an English statement. In drop, we can delete table. That's an English statement, okay? Yes. By dropping, we cannot roll back data. Yes, delete is used to delete the row. Very true, guys. Is this clear to all of you? Yes or no? Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. So, guys, okay, let us stop here for today because we have covered most important content. Just go through it. If you are having any doubt, guys, just let me know in tomorrow's session. I hope this is okay to all of you. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Amar, shall I wait and end the session?
Just wait for 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Post attendance link once again.
Yeah.
Runa, can you post attendance link in YouTube chat?
Okay. Amar.
Guys, if anybody remains to save the attendance, please fill it. Then we will wind up. Yes, Ravi Kiran, today's session is done. We covered the today's agenda. Guys, we'll update all the details of today's session in LMS, okay? So you can visit LMS by tomorrow. Yes, guys, you can leave. If you feel the attendance, you can leave now. Tirunat, you can wind up.
Okay.